I think before starting my archery session I was excited, as I had done this before in the past, so I did have a little bit of knowledge of how I needed to hold the bow, how I needed to aim and let go of the arrows. So I did have some knowledge of prior to completing the activity, which may have given me an advantage over some of my classmates, but I thought it was really fun, and I was really excited to take part again and see if I was better than I was last time. For the location of archery, we were in some small wooden sort of shed area, covered area. From if it did rain, we'd be okay. I think it was quite nice. It looked fairly new. It was surrounded by trees, surrounded by the woods, because on the left of us there was the high ropes area, and I think there was there were some wooden stages in front of us where you would store the arrows, and there were places where you could hold the bows as well. It was really brought up and perfect for the activity that we were completing, as there were targets at the end surrounded by a wall sort of material, so that the arrows would not go flying past unless you aimed it awfully bad and went over, but fortunately none of that happened to any of us. I think what surprised me most about the archery was the aiming side, as it is difficult to really aim at the target you want, especially when we were playing a game and we had to try and hit each of the different colours on the target board. I think I managed to hit 3, but it is more difficult, especially the outer targets, as you've got to get it literally in the lines. It's really difficult, but I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I think there were lots of benefits that came from archery. I think there were there's 3 types of benefits. There's the physical, the social, and the psychological. I think some physical benefits that I would have improved was definitely my hand-eye coordination when trying to aim the arrow at the target and trying to get it in the target for the 10. As well as that, I think upper body strength, as I really had to pull my arm all the way back and keep my elbow up high. That's what the instructor said, to generate power on the arrow when I let go. As well as this muscular endurance was also another key aspect, because I think sometimes we had to do 3 arrows in a row, so I had to keep up that strength for multiple goes in a row. For social benefits, I think obviously it could have improved relationships with one of my friends in my classroom, as we had to help each other put the arm guards on to protect ourselves from any fling back from the arrow string. As well as that, I think talking to others about it and giving people advice, and just overall having the enjoyment of taking part in the activity, which combats loneliness, which is really good. And finally, psychological benefits could be the positive mental health being increased, because I'm in the nature, I'm outside, which can increase my self-esteem. As well as that, confidence, it can improve my confidence the better my shots were, and it reduces stress, as I'm able to overcome challenges with a team of people that I was with. I think if I had to pick one moment in archery that would be particularly beneficial, it would be the when we were being taught how to aim and the instructor told us which eye to close depending on which hand you were holding it with. That was really useful, especially when we were trying to play the games and hit every single target. I think that was really helpful. So that helped with the aim. I think that was particularly beneficial, especially to help increase my hand-eye coordination as well, so helping with the physical benefits there as well. I think the unique benefits for archery was definitely the hand-eye coordination, as you really had to show where you were going to aim the arrow, trying to hit the target. So it was really difficult, especially when completing that. However, I think the upper body strength also is unique to it. However, in high ropes we also focused on strength a lot when climbing ourselves up to the platform. I think to begin with it was more difficult to learn these Techniques, as I think most people started off with their arm sort of lower and a lot further down. However, as we took the more shots, she gave us more advice. So then by the end, I think everyone's in my classes arms were up there and we were really stretching back, and our shots were a lot more powerful and a little more accurate. So I think we all improved. It was difficult to learn the techniques, especially if you've never completed archery before. I think it obviously is really important to stay safe in archery, especially obviously they're sharp arrows and we're shooting them at a target. I think it is really difficult. So to be able to, we had to take it in turns once we'd ran out of arrows to go and collect them out from the target. We learned that technique as well. We had to learn that technique of how to take the arrows out safely. So we had to make sure we looked behind us so that no one was behind us before putting our hand on the target and putting it out one by one. That was difficult because obviously you had to make sure you didn't hurt anyone in the process. But yeah, I think it is important to stay safe, especially. I think a technique that the instructor taught us was how to hold the bow and how many fingers to use when pulling the string back. I think that was really, really difficult because you had to get it in the right place. And when we were pulling the string back, the instructor told us to keep our elbow high and up and really pull our arms back to get the most power. And she said it can also help increase our accuracy. Balance is also essential, they told us, as if we were going to be unbalanced when taking a shot, we could miss the target. So that was a little bit difficult. I think my main benefits that I did benefit from was like it helped me focus on my concentration. Like I was really concentrated during my shots, really trying to focus in on the target and where I was going to aim, and I think that really helped, especially when during the games we had to try and get it to the correct spot. I think it was really, really beneficial for me. And obviously the focus and concentration could help with other aspects in my everyday life. For example, if I'm at college trying to complete work, I can just really concentrate and focus to try and get that done as quick as I can, but as well as I can. I don't believe there were any unexpected situations that occurred during archery. The only thing I can think of is the person before me in our team hit the colour, I think it was white, which meant I had to, so my 3 previous shots before I was aiming for the white section, now I had to aim for the black one. So obviously I had to adapt my technique and adapt my aim and move a little bit to adjust myself, so to make sure I was aiming at the correct colour. I would definitely recommend archery, especially those who want to improve their hand-eye coordination, as I think that's a very valuable trait which I improved during my time there. I think it was really fun as well, competing with my teammates and working together as well. I think it can also increase your social aspect as well. I think that's brilliant. I would definitely recommend it. It was really fun and sort of, new skills to learn as well. And it keeps you in the nature, so obviously it will increase your mental health, which is obviously perfect in this day and age. I would definitely like to try more activities which are similar to archery, as that could help me progress and maybe improve some more skills that I've learned. I'd be interested in learning that as well.